that are not even the people. They having a gay parade in our land, man, in Israel. Are you serious? A gay parade in our land, defiling our country, man. I got more proof that we're the people, man. And the problem is, the other nations know who we are. We are the only people that don't even know. We think we African. Ain't never been to Africa a day in our life. We think we Africans. Just because our slave master told us we African. And the Africans know we not African, man. Are you serious? I had to explain slavery to Africans here in America. Every other nation know who we are. The Arabs know who we are. The Chinese know who we are, most of them. It's a shame we're the only people that don't know, that we don't even have an identity. If you line up 10 African American brothers, you will get 10 different answers of when you ask them, who are you as a person? What's your nationality? Or I'm a Muslim. Or I'm African. Or I don't know. That's the problem. I'm going to show y'all who we are according to the Bible. We know Noah, right? He had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. The Japheth are the so-called Asians, Ham is the Africans, and Shem fathered the Caucasians, the children of Israel, and the Arabs. We so-called claim we from Ham, right? I'm going to read the definition for y'all from Ham. For Ham. Read that for me. This is the Zondervan. This is Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You can get that in any bookstore, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.com, compiled by 2 Zondervan brothers who are Jewish. So after I read this definition, it will prove to you that they know who we are. Read that for me, the definition of Ham.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the pregnator of the dark races.
Ham became the progenitor of the dark races. That means he is the father of the dark races, right? Read.
Excuse me, progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negro.
Not who?
Not the Negro.
Not who?
Not the Negro.
So Ham did not father the Negroes. He did not father the Negroes. If you look at bill of sales, it says sales of Negroes. It didn't say Africans. It said Negroes. So Ham, who was the father of the Africans, did not father the Negroes. Let's see who he fathered.
Became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
The Egyptians. Any African American from Egypt? Is any African American from Egypt? Guess not. Read.
The Ethiopians.
Any African American from Ethiopia? No. Read.
Liberians.
Libyans. Any African American from Libya? So how are you African? Read.
Excuse me, Libyans. And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites. If you did not come from any of those 4 countries or these 4 people, you are not an African. And the sooner you realize who you are as a people, the quicker you'll realize the condition that you're in, the faster you'll follow this Bible and come back to the Father. That's the most important thing. The quicker we'll stop having drugs in our neighborhoods, we'll stop killing each other as a people, and do what we'll come together, man. That's what's needed. We're the only people that don't know how to come together. White thing, we don't own no businesses, man. We're the only people that don't know how to come together. And that's the problem. And y'all like to believe that it's not possible. Well, guess what? I used to sell drugs. I stopped. I used to carry guns. I stopped to do this, to let y'all know it's possible. Now that I know who I am, I know who my brothers are. Get me Matthew 22 and 35. Drop that. The most important thing is to come back to the Father, man. Get me the name of God.
I don't understand it, you know?
And the problem is, when it comes to religion, right? That was the number one, what can I call religion? Religion is what, I'll say it like this, religion is what Satan used as a weapon to separate our people. Religion is the number one reason why we can't come together. A weapon of mass destruction. Religion is a hoax. You got so many churches on one block and still there's no righteousness. And the funny thing is, you see a church on every block in the ghetto. The same place where the same people killing each other for a flag, or for a piece of drug, or for a woman. It's a shame. 22 and 35, yeah. Read that for me.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 35. And then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
And that's one thing we lack, man. Rules and regulations from the Father. Look at our society. This is the example of a lawless community, man. A lawless community. We got our women coming out the way they want. We got our brothers walking around with their pants hanging off their butt. We had no laws as a people. And you would think the churches would teach you how to be a righteous person. But it's not. Your pastors are paid pimps, and you are just a dollar sign to your pastor. And we don't want your money, man. Read.
Verse 37. And Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
That's the first and great commandment, keeping God first. How many of y'all wake up in the morning and acknowledge the fact that the Most High woken you up that morning? How many of y'all actually do that? Not many of our people. The first thing we think about when we wake up, oh, I gotta get that money. I gotta go get that money. That's what we think about. Rise and grind. I think that's how it goes. I forgot how it goes. That's how it goes, right? Rise and grind, man. That's what we think about, getting money. Filthy lucre. Just to fulfill our lust. Get me, what you got? Okay, hold that. Get me 1 John 2 and 15. I forgot to read that. Yeah, sorry about that. Continue reading.
Matthew 22, verse 39. And the second is like unto it.
Here's the second greatest commandment that God left us, or Christ left us, excuse me.
And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Read that again.
And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's a very important scripture. Why? As you can see, we as a people, we don't love ourselves. How you light up something and inhale it into your body and claim you love yourself, man? Smoking a cigarette, smoking marijuana. How can you love yourself? Getting drunk. Have no idea what you're doing with yourself. And since we can't even love ourselves, we can't even love our own neighbor, man. That's the problem. A lack of love amongst our people. Now I'm going to ask you what Malcolm X asked. Who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? The texture of your hair? Who taught you that? Read that again.
This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 39. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Verse 40. on these two commandments and all the law and the prophets.
And love is the main thing, man. Just love your people, man. What's wrong with that? There's and people get so feed it in with all this hatred, man, for your own people. And everybody love to talk about love, 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 and can't even show it. Love is an action. It's not something you feel. If you love your neighbor, help your neighbor out, man. You can spend all this money for your Gucci shoes and your Louis Vuitton belt. Does your neighbor have the same thing? If you can try to act like you love yourself, love your neighbor the same way. There'll be less police in our community, man. Why do you think they mostly post it on our blocks? They know exactly who to lock up. And it's especially on a Friday night, when we ready to get drunk and all this other madness that we love to do. You got 1 John? Read that.
1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
The Bible said don't love this world, man. The things y'all following in this world is for nothing. It's for nothing, man. It don't profit you nothing at all. Don't love this world. Read.
Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world.
Any man love this world. If you love to go to the club, you love to pop bottles, you love to chase after women, just to sleep with them and leave them somewhere after. If you love to do those things, read.
The love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father is not in you at all. The love of the Father is not in you. You are not dealing with the Father if you love this world, man. This world passing away. This kingdom that you call America is falling. It's almost over. Look at the economy. And you feel like it's gonna come back in place because you got a black man in office. Listen, man, this guy's a puppet. He's a fake. He's talking about change. I still have my cup waiting for my change, man. Where's the change that Obama promised? Where's that change, man? My change cup is still empty. Where's that change? And you trusting so much in your government to help you out, and they're not doing nothing for you, man. You still in the ghetto. You still poor. You still on food stamps. Read that again.
1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The lust of the flesh, man. And that's one of the biggest things that men, I would say men go through, because I went through it myself. The lust of the flesh, chasing after all these different women. Don't you know sex is marriage? If we taught our children that, there'll be less single parent mothers. But the lust of the flesh, all we know to do is sleep with the woman, bear a child, and then leave her. And that's written up in the Bible that our people will do that. It's a shame. If you're going to lay with the woman, and you're going to have your seed in that woman, you better take care of that woman and that child, man. You better do that. And as I said, if we knew who we were as a people, we would not be doing that to our women. Or I'm going to get a one-night stand. That's all we know to do, man. Or yo, I hit that last night, yo. That's all we talk about. Nonsense. Read.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes.
The lust of the eyes, man. That's another thing we going through. We see a nice car, we want it. So we kill for it. We sell drugs for it. I've been there, so I know. So I know y'all can feel me when I say that. Lusting for all these worthless things, man. It's all for nothing. Read.
and the pride of life is not of